So I look at there being sort of three traits that great strategists have, and I call them pattern recognition, level shifting, and mental simulation. Fancy terms, but fairly simple ideas, right? Pattern recognition. Are you able to take a complex, noisy, jumbled environment and discern what's really crucial about it, right? What are the patterns that are emerging? What are the underlying cause-effects relationships that are really making things happen here? Because without the ability to do that pattern recognition, it's virtually impossible to know what's real and what isn't, what is important and what isn't. You can't really then focus in on what's crucial. And part of what you need to do as a strategist is that. Right? The second piece we've already talked about, the level shifting piece, is the ability to move from the detail to the big picture, from the current to the future, right? And to be able to do that fairly fluidly, right? There's a kind of suppleness mentally that allows you to do some of that stuff. And the third piece is mental simulation, and that's basically the ability to imagine what the reactions to your actions are going to be, right? Not to pretend that the world isn't going to react to what you do, right? So we launch a product, what's our competitors likely to do, right? What are government regulators likely to do in reaction to an acquisition bid? And given that, how should we be sort of responding? So looking forward, reasoning backward, coming up with the right actions. It's those sorts of skill sets that you really need to hone if you're going to be effective as a strategist. There's the old maxim that, a good strategy executed brilliantly is better than a brilliant strategy executed poorly, right? And the execution of strategy basically is about communicating and aligning people, right? If you believe, as I do, that strategy is about the how, right? The reason why we have strategy is because we can't control all the actions that are going on in the organization, right? The function of strategy is to align. It's to give people guidance about when they reach a question of should we go this direction or that direction, the strategy kind of tells them, right? The right way to go is left and not right. You don't communicate strategy, how are people going to know what to do, right? And so you may have a brilliant strategy in your mind, but if you're not willing to do the hard work, and it is hard work, of communicating and communicating again and communicating some more until people really understand not just the strategy, but what it means for them, right, at the local level, then you haven't accomplished what you need to. Bruce Henderson, who was one of the founders of the Boston Consulting Group, used to talk about strategy as powerful simplifications, right? The notion that you have to be able to distill it down into something that's relatively simple but powerful and communicate it. So if it takes me an hour to communicate our strategy, we probably have a problem, right? Because you're going to walk away from that going, a minute, that's a little short, right? But there's an intervening piece here that says concise, crystalline, powerful, simple. That's what we really need to understand.